Beth. I'm amazing. I'm super excited. How are you?
That's great. I'm doing great. I'm super excited to chat with you. So
Me too.
I'm gonna
These are
jump.
my first interviews, like my first ever American press kind of
Oh,
conference
nice.
thing that I've ever done. So imagine.
Oh, nice, nice. I'm honored to be a part of this.
Thank you.
So my first question is, what are people in for with Off the Grid?
I think they're in for a kind of surprising different type of vibe for an action movie because of course, they're going to have the usual elements. There's going to be a lot of chasing. There's going to be some sort of violence. There's going to be, but not that much. It's more about the tension. It's more about the tension between the humans, between, it's a smart film because this is a brilliant scientist that creates this technology that has the potential to change the world for the good. But of course, they want to make it, their partners they want to make it a massive weapon. So the storyline is a smart one, but then you're also surprised to see that a lot of the narrative has to do with the people that he meets when he escapes and he goes off the grid, and he actually shows his vulnerability, and there's a lot of human connection involved that moves the story to a different place. So that's something, and there's a lot of community too. There's a lot of there's actually humor in it as well. There's so many elements that I feel make this movie a very family oriented, even though it's action, but it really gives you a message of love and community towards the end. So you're gonna end up feeling kind of good.
I love that. That was probably the perfect answer for that because I do understand that too.
Thank you.
What was it about your character that really attracted you to the role and to this project?
Um, Definitely that. The fact that, I mean, I'm Latina, I'm a little extra. I'm all about those emotions. If anything, I had to tone it down for this type of acting because obviously telenovelas and or Latino films reflect a lot of that. But in the end, they kind of let me do a little bit of that through Josefina. And that was the interesting part of it. In the beginning, she was going to be a lot more mystical and mysterious and holding in so much. And she is. And there's stuff going on. I mean, what is a Colombian doing in Mississippi, anyways? But I feel like they let me do so much, bring so much of my own essence to the table. But even when I read the script, I realized that this was going to be kind of like the character that held together not the story, but her community that he arrives to. And then all the intrigue and everything surrounding this had to do with the fact that she's almost like the mother of the community. So, and she has this motherly relationship with this character, the kid that ends up also connecting with him in a very deep, profound way, but very subtle. So I love the way that the relationship, the connections and relationships were described in the movie. They were not the obvious, they were not the oh my God, at what point did they fall in love? Or, well, they're already having sex or they're already crying because everything is very subtle, very sophisticated, and very human. There's so much truth to it. So I really appreciated that because I'm used to do like the overdone stuff and the almost cartoonish. So this gave me the opportunity to act from a different kind of perspective and bring something different to my own set of tools. So I appreciated that for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, what was it like filming in Mississippi?
Hot, but so
Fair.
fun. I mean, first of all, I come from the extreme heat. I have 100% Colombian blood. I was born and raised in the coast of Ecuador in Guayaquil. And I mean, weather is pretty similar. So, in order to bring a character that's kind of like me, I love that I could have that body language of I'm from the coast and we are different. The way that we approach, we're a little more out there. We're a little more, hey, what's up? ¿Qué pasó? And if you do that, if you play that on studio, like in a studio with the AC or in a cold place or whatever, it's just going to be so much harder to act in the physical sense of it. So I kind of felt at home in that sense. The food was insane. And since we loved each other, all of us, we just liked each other so much from the beginning. The chemistry in general with the cast and crew was so massive. Like it was just so real that we were looking forward for, I mean, to the day to be over to go have some ribs or some barbecue or try, and restaurants were really good. So we were well fed. I love the heat. A lot of people were complaining about it. I grew up in the middle of mosquito land, so I'm okay with that as well. So for me, it hit home to the point that I could play a character that kind of resembles my own essence and story. So it that those were the perfect elements for me to play.
That's great. I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Exactly. Not all of them. You're not going to get the same answer for all of, from all of us.
Not at all. Um, my final question for you is, what are you most excited for people to see when they watch Off the Grid?
I think the actors did such a great job. The directing is just so exquisite because it's not obvious. And sometimes when I watch like old action movies, it's almost like really it's so overdone. It doesn't feel real. Johnny took care of every character in such a detailed way that you see real human beings with strengths and weakness, with, like all the spectrum. And I'm excited about the human part of it. I mean, I'm never gonna stop saying that because we've seen so much action and now with the, you know, like DC and Marvel and all the heroes and everything, where I think action is a common element, but the real mixture of human connection, vulnerability, community feeling, and family vibes, I think that's what's gonna kind of stand up and make the difference. So that's the part that I'm excited about. And almost, I mean, it also is part of what my universe brings to the table. So also excited about that.
I love it. I love it. I agree 100% with you. So,
Thank you.
amazing. Thank you so much for chatting. I absolutely loved Off the Grid, and I'm sure everyone else is as well.
Amen. Amen, Beth. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words and the good vibes. And yeah, let's wait and see. Let's hope. But thank you for helping amplify the message.